principal not amused. Get that camel off the ground.
Where do you find a camel? I didn't know that you could find those domestically.
Apparently so. Apparently so. I'm not sure of all the intricacies of how that went down.
Mel, you ever ridden a camel?
Hell no. You?
No, I haven't. But you know what? Hey, Mel's a well-traveled man.
Yeah, I've been on a horse, though.
You have been on the horse?
That's adventure. Mel is the
It's
human.
been a long time since I've ridden a horse.
Mel's the human camel, though. First and last, by the way.
Oh, well, I can believe it.
Camels can be a little ill-tempered, what I'm told, too.
What's that?
Sometimes camels can be a little ill-tempered.
Yeah, you know what? They bite. You know what I mean? They kind of get yeah, you're right. Yeah, maybe that's not for you, Mel. That's not for you.
Let's start slowly. Let's start with the oysters. Not happening either.
No sushi, no oysters.
All right, the New Orleans Saints are the next to make a pick, and the pick is in. And for that, we continue our international flavor and go to Paris.
Bonjour, I'm Elisa, DeSantis Global Flag Football Ambassador for the NFL, coming to you live from Paris, France, with the 112th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. The New Orleans Saints select Danny Stutsman, linebacker, Oklahoma.
Danny Stutsman's a Sooner legend. Before they beat Texas in 23, he said, "I'm certain of two things in life. Oklahoma only fears God, and Texas fears Oklahoma." They made T-shirts. This dude is. You look up linebacker, that's him. He was a finalist for the Buckus Award this year.
Yeah, Reese, I know you covered Oklahoma a bunch, and we got to cover him a couple different times. I called him. I said, "Look, you look like Baby Bosworth." That's what he reminded me of Brian Bosworth's pipe at 6'3", 233 pounds, and almost cracked 4.5 in the 40. They really like to utilize him just going downhill and really attacking the line of scrimmage. I know here you see him back in coverage, breaking up passes, but what Danny Stutsman does best is attack the line of scrimmage. 10 career sacks at Oklahoma. He can be a force. With the new defensive coordinator down there, you could tell he's going to like this profile, downhill attacking physical linebacker.
Yeah, exactly. Physical, excellent leadership skills with a very high football IQ. He is a classic downhill linebacker. I think he sees it. He has the speed to run those alleys, and he's also a locker room guy. You want to build your culture, Danny Stutsman's the kind of player you want in there. I can't wait to see what kind of T-shirts he makes for the New Orleans Saints. I don't know how he feels about Falcons or Atlanta, but it's going to be exciting to see him in this defense.
Oh, he will embrace that rivalry, sure.
Yep.
And you said locker room guy. He was occasionally known to have a samurai sword in his locker room.
Why not?
Too.
Hey,
he's a personality.
Spice it up a little bit.
Considering New Orleans. Steelers in the first round took Derek Harmon, defensive tackle out of Oregon by way of Michigan State. By the way, condolences to Derek and his family on the loss of his mother yesterday. She had been ill. It was a compelling story for Derek. Caleb Johnson, the running back from Iowa, going in the second round, and now the Steelers back on the clock. And every time the Steelers come up, you wonder, is it the moment? It's still the quarterback situation. Ownership saying yesterday that they're optimistic about Aaron Rodgers. Is that where they will go? Will they go with a quarterback here, or will they go in a different direction? The Steelers' selection about to be announced here in Green Bay.
With the 123rd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Jack Sawyer, linebacker, Ohio State.
Jack Sawyer is the 10th Buckeye to be selected in this draft. He made one of the most memorable plays in Ohio State history against Texas in the college football playoff semifinal. And his entire season, latter part of his career, was dedicated to another Ohio State fan, also named Jack Sawyer.
Go Buckeyes! Woo-hoo-hoo!
Someone who was really a big inspiration for me was a good friend of mine named Jack Sawyer too, and he was from Mentor, Ohio, and he was battling a rare form of cancer. I was able to reach out to him and grow a connection with him that was really special with him and his family. He passed away in November of my junior year. That impacted me a lot. You know, I was able to talk to him days before he passed away. I was going into one of the games my junior year, and I was just in the locker room, and I just was there thinking about Jack. I was thinking about, you know, his fight, and I just decided to put him on my arm with me. So I wrote JBS Strong for him on my wrist tape, and it's something that I've continued to do since then, and I'll continue to do it in the NFL too, and just a way to say I'm thinking about him, and he's out there on the field with me competing every time I step out there, so that's why I do it.
He was the #1 overall recruit in the country in 2021 and Ryan Day's first commit when he became the full-time head coach of the Buckeyes.
Yeah, guys, I loved Jack Sawyer. I had him 62 overall on my board. Now, he's a little bit lean in the lower body, a little bit tight in the hips sometimes, but man, he can stand up and rush off the edge. He can put his hand in the dirt. He's physical. You mentioned everyone remembers the Texas play. How about the interception he had in the Michigan game? That was maybe a turning point in the game, potentially, if Ohio State could have pulled that one out. So Jack Sawyer Field just makes big plays. I love the motor that he plays with, the athleticism, maybe not super high, but man, he's an impact player.
All right, that's the reason why we're talking about Jack Sawyer here in round 4. This is not an elite quick twitch athlete, but very good instincts, can set a nasty edge, and playing in that Pittsburgh system, that 3-4 base, you're going to see a decent amount of him where he is being called upon to make sure that no runs get outside. Here's that massive play, Reese, in the college football playoff.
Against Quinn Ewers, who is his roommate, classmate, at least for the semester that Quinn was in Columbus before he transferred to Texas. So Jack Sawyer, that's a good fit. You can see Jack
Sawyer. I thought he got better every year at Ohio State as well. There's a lot of pressure that comes with being this #1 overall recruit. I thought throughout his Columbus career, he's continued to progress and make more impactful plays.
So now the Green Bay Packers are on the clock, and the news is eagerly awaited just outside of Lambeau Field.
Okay, everyone. Now this is a special pick, not just because it's the Packers. This young man is here today, so we want to introduce him. So give him a good round of applause. With the 124th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers select Barron Sorrell, defensive end, Texas.
So Barron Sorrell here on day 3 of the draft.
That's cool.
It's huge.
That's cool.
You know, a lot of times I hear people say things like, you know, why would you stick around? Why would you worry about not being picked? You know why you do it? Because you get to do this.
Look at this. Serendipitous.
Barron Sorrell might have just become a Packers favorite right here doing that. Big double side. Okay, let's get the lid. Make sure it's just right before you go out and greet the people.
It sounds like a game in here.
Yeah. 2 Texas Longhorns, 2 Texas